Hello everyone, it's Shanna. I'm so glad you're here today. Now today we're going to be talking about inspiration. Where do you get your inspiration for your cards? Sometimes I get it from watching other YouTubers, sometimes just looking at a piece of paper that I have, but this time I was actually reading a magazine, and it was a decorating section, and it had a purple and yellow color scheme that I was just drawn to. Every time I flipped through the magazine, I kept stopping on that, and I thought, I have got to make a card with this color scheme. So that's what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to use Spellbinder's Aster die. And this die is absolutely beautiful. And you can actually pick this up. I just pulled it up on Spellbinder's site. You can get this die set for $6.99. I mean, that is so inexpensive, and it creates such a beautiful flower set. So that's what we're going to be working with today. So if you're wanting something inexpensive, $6.99, you got these three dies, and you can make a beautiful card. So what I've done is I've brought in my Royal Amethyst paper from Spellbinders, and I cut out the center because I needed to use some purple for my flowers, for my asters that I'm doing. And I've got a Tuscan panel here that I have embossed with Cascading Leaves and Stripes. Embossing folder of the month, September 23. I haven't got a chance to use it a lot, so I thought I'd use it today. And so we're just going to begin belling our card. So I'm going to bring in some Hammer Mill cardstock, 110-pound weight. And I'm just going to bring in my Bearly Art glue, and I'm going to get to assembling this card. So I just made a tiny little edge, because I really like to make the most out of my Spellbinders paper because it is so fabulous. Oh my gosh, I love it. I will link all of the materials in the description box below so that you can check out everything that I'm using. And if you wouldn't mind shopping from those links, that would be very helpful to me. I can receive a small commission. It won't cost you anything extra, but if you shop from those links, I can get a small commission. And it just helps me to continue to bring creative content to my channel. So I would appreciate it if you would consider shopping those links. So I'm just going to take this tiny little panel, and I'm just going to lay it down on my card base. Try to get it lined up real nicely. I'm not there yet. Got to go this way a little bit. Let's see. Easier said than done. There we go. Okay, so I've got my panel on there. Still a little bit crooked here. I don't know if my card base is crooked or... There we go. Okay, we'll just trim that off a little bit and that'll clean it up. Now, I'm not worried about... A lot of times I'll fill the center, but with this Spellbinders cardstock, it is just so fabulous. I'm not worried about... there being a gap in there. It's just really good, solid, thick cardstock. And this is just beautifully embossed. I'm trying to decide if I want to pop it up or if I just want to lay it down. I think I'm going to have enough dimension on my card with my aster flowers that I'm just going to go ahead and just lay it down on my card base. And then just let the asters be the stars of the show and have all the dimension and everything. Of course, this embossed panel, has a lot of dimension. Is quite pretty as well. But I'm just going to get it glued up and get it laid down. Now, I will tell you, Spellbinders did send this die set to me along with the rest of the dies from the Birds and the Bee collection. It's the Birds and the Bee Garden Collection by Susan Tierney Cockburn, and it is amazing. I will link some of my other projects. I had some glue on my fingers. I will link some of my other projects up in the video so that you can check out some of the other cards that I made. These are fabulous, and they're really not very expensive. Like I said, this one is less than $10, and some of the other ones are just around $10. So it's a really economical set for you to consider purchasing. So there is my panel. So now I'm going to bring in the elements of my flowers. I've got, it says on here 3 times, so you're going to cut 3 of each 3 times on this die to make 1 flower. So I've got 3 of the dark purple there, and then 3 more of the dark purple, and then I am bringing in the lilac blossom color as well. So I'll have a couple different colors. And then I've got a little container here where I've cut out the insides of the flower, and I'm going to decide what colors to use. I've got brown, I've got a burgundy, which I'll have to look that color up, and then I've got some more of the Tuscan that I'm using. And then I also have cut out several leaves, so we'll get that going. Just pile those up there. Okay, so we're just going to start assembling our flowers, and how we're going to do that is we're going to lay 3 on top of each other. So we'll just start them. And what I like to do, I'm going to have my base one, but on my other ones I want to kind of bend them up a little bit. Just going to add some glue right here to the center. I've got a full glue here. Whoops, got a bubble in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset them. So I'm going to try and get between the leaves each time I lay one down, so they're not lined up. Just like that. Oops, it's going to move on me a little bit. I'm going to pull my leaves up, bend them upward, and just let them do that. And then the next one, I'm going to kind of pull these up a little bit so I can grab a hold of them a little bit better. Just bend them up a little bit more and add my glue. And then again, I'm going to try and offset them so they're not lined up with the last one that I laid on there. And just get them offset. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, now I'm going to bring in, I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to use this red center for this. And I'm just going to kind of fold them up a little bit so that they lay like a little cup. Put a little bit of glue down in there. I don't know if these will work any better or not. And lay that down in there like that and make the center of my flower. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of these yellow ones that I die cut out. The yellow stars. And if you've watched my other videos, you know how I do this, but I'll go ahead and step through it again. And I am going to take these stars and I'm going to kind of grab them with my tweezers, and I'm just going to bend my little stars upward into a cup. Because all those little prongs are going to want to, you're going to want them to stick up on your flower. Do it again. Just bend all of my little star prongs upward into a cup. I don't know if those are called the stamens of the flowers or what they're called. I'm not a expert on it. Now I have a lot of flowers at my house, but I guess I haven't really studied them much. So if I've said that wrong, you can correct me. I'm going to do one more, then we'll get this done, and then I will assemble the other ones off camera because I think it's takes a little bit of time, and I think you get the gist of it from what I'm doing. So I'm going to bring in my little embellishment tool, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue down. I need to clean that off. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of glue down in there, just where I'm going to kind of lay my little pieces, and I'm going to touch that just a tiny little bit with my, so that I can pick this up and sit it down in there. Pick it up and sit it down in there. See how that just makes all these little tiny pieces look like the center of that flower. See how gorgeous that is? Okay, I'm going to lay this aside. I'll work on assembling these other ones. Come back on and we'll put our card together. Okay, so we have all of our elements and we're ready to assemble our card. So I've got 3 flowers, and I did this one just like the other one that I showed you. And then for this one, which was the lighter purple, I used the brown center, and then the burgundy center, and then the Tuscan in the very, very center. So I'm just going to kind of arrange them on here like this, I think. And I've got a sentiment. I've got Happy Anniversary. That is the Spellbinders hot foil plate system. It's called Sentiments for Every Day. And I've foiled that. And I've got some foam that I'm going to put that on to pop that up. So let's just get our flowers and our leaves laid down, and we'll have our card put together. So I think I'm going to kind of go like that and put that one up there by itself. And then I'll put these two here, and then we'll have room for our sentiment. Simple card, very inexpensive, like I said, but very, very fabulous. I love these flowers. If you love flowers and you love die cutting, you're going to love this. So with my leaves, I just kind of took my tweezers along that. Actually, I went with the curve of the scoring there, and just kind of bent them around my tweezers just to give some more dimension. So we've got these down. Hopefully they're sticking, and we're going to stick some leaves in some different spots. I like to kind of layer them together, just different leaves, kind of tuck them in, and like I need another one on that side. This doesn't. There we go. And we'll just add some more. And I'm basically just choosing the ones that I've already kind of bent up so that they have the dimension on them. Trying to decide where I want them. Oops. Kind of getting away from me there. Oops, getting a little bit more glue than what I want. Just kind of wipe it up. It will dry clear, so you won't even notice that, but get a little bit carried away with my glue. There we go. And I'm kind of doing them some one way and some the other way, just to kind of make them look like different leaves. I'm not sure I've got that. I don't like that one. Pull that one out of there. Need to clean up some of that glue. There we go. Gosh, you think the flower would be harder than the leaf assembly, but I seem to be on the struggle bus with where I want my leaves at. I'm going to do a couple more. Might be too much, but yeah, I like those when they're kind of more raised up. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, I think I'm going to quit at that because I feel like I've got more on there than I probably need. And I'm going to get this laid down. And this is just some fun foam. I think I probably picked it up at Walmart or somewhere. And it's got adhesive on one side but not the other, so I'm adding some glue to it. And I'll just get this lined up. And then this will give me some good dimension for my sentiment. Get it good and stuck down. Okay, I'll just remove the release paper on the back of this foam. And I am going to add some extra glue because I just want to make sure it gets good and stuck down. And then I'm going to lay that right here. And I've got myself a gorgeous anniversary card. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to the next time I get my magazine subscription so that I can look for some more inspiration. I hadn't thought of that before, and now that I came across that, I'm going to be looking for some inspiration in my home decor magazines because I really like the way this card turned out. I hope you like it too. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.